quick little family, I guess, thought bubble. I told you I think about these mugs every morning, so I'm gonna start recording it. So I was thinking about one of my brothers. Now this particular brother, we actually share a birthday, so if you know, you know. Um, we were always over this little dude's house when he was younger, like always. His mom was really, very hospitable. Um, and yeah, so it was the house though. It was the bumping house. It was where everybody came. It was where I first seen like some stuff that at a young age I probably shouldn't have seen. But a lot of kids growing up in the area seen it and it was normal. For me, being in that house a lot of times was some of the best memories I have. I was there with my brothers. We always was like either playing basketball, playing a game. Because that one brother specifically lived there. Like the other brothers, we didn't live there. We just visited. The one brother that did live there, he grew up in it. So it was very normalized to him. And when you live in something like that, a lot of times you gotta what? You gotta protect yourself. Police ain't really patrolling enough until something happens. And I think honestly, this is why a lot of them boys pop pills or whatever. They living on trauma. I don't even know if my brother do. I'm just saying in general, the dudes that live in those type of areas are always the ones that I know like personally that'll be like, yo, you good? My boy zanned out. My boy leaned up, like whatever it might be. I think it was early. It was like either middle school. I think it was middle school or high school. My boy had to take something with him to school to make sure he was safe. And obviously, like he shouldn't have did it, but like he was, tired of getting messed with on his way home from school. So I think somebody snitched on him. He got in trouble for that, or he might have been showing it off. If he was showing it off because he was young and dumb, but whatever happened happened. He had to go to like this shit school, bro. And the shit school is, I can't even think of the name, but we knew like when we were in school, like if you went there, it was just like they ain't really care no more. It's like this your last straw, or you going to, you probably gonna end up in juvie. The system itself, once you put those kids there, it's just like I recall a lot of like back and forth with him and my pops over the years, and my pops would be mad at the stuff that he was doing, but I was just like, he has watched you grow up, like he is following exactly what you do. You can't say to not do something and then do it in front of them. That doesn't work for children, especially like. And so a lot of times he would get in trouble or like they'd end up fighting. I'd just be like, yeah, he shouldn't be doing that, but you also can't. You gotta set them. He not gonna look up to us the same way he look up to you. That was like how I always seen it growing up. And so every time I heard about him doing something, I'm just like, he gotta be more protected. He gotta have a better role model over there. Like, and he looked at me as a brother and like he wanted to, do good around me or whatnot. But he looked at me as a brother. He didn't look at to me as like a father figure. I got some other brothers that actually do look up to me more like a father figure because I lived in the same household as them. But he's just numb to it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't bad or good. It was just like, he's just numb to it. So he just, whatever, And that is not good for a young black man living in America, especially living in areas like Monroe, to be fair. I remember like, his mom, man, she was always working. And she was always a real one. She actually did reach out and asked like, yo, can you take him in up there with you in Greensboro? At the time, it was a hell no, because one, I didn't have my own place. I had just moved in with my girlfriend, and I was like, in my head when I did that, I was just like, I'm not about to be like my dad the rest of my life. I gotta get out of here soon. On top of that, she had a kid, so I was just like, I'm definitely not bringing any outside problems into a household. But also, we didn't have anything but a couch. But I was still like, I can't bring, like, because again, role models. I can't have my ex's son looking at, a bad example. And the example that was set back in Monroe was not something that showed me I could trust him to do the right thing when I'm not there to watch over. So I was like, nah. Now, when I did get my house, I think it was a little bit too late. But I was hyped. I wasn't even thinking about it at the time, I'm not gonna lie. Cause I got my house. I was like, yeah, boy. Yeah. Cause I'm not gonna lie, that was one thing that I was very happy about as a man, right? Because I was always like, why does my dad not have a house of his own? Why can't we go to my dad's house? We always going to somebody baby mama house. I don't know the situation if he was paying their rent, or I don't know none of that. What I do know is it's just like, why are we never going to my dad's house? And so as I got older, I was just like, man, I gotta buy a property. I gotta buy a property. And I finally bought that property, and it felt good. And around that same time was when he actually ended up, I think, in some trouble for the first, like in some real trouble for the first time. And then, yeah, man, here we are today, where I think the people that he's gonna continue to hang around is gonna be his downfall, unfortunately. And this is not just him. I've talked to some people in the row, and I'm like, yo, all the stuff you said you want to do, why the hell are you even hanging out with the people you're hanging out with? They don't want to do that stuff. You either gonna have to do it by yourself, which a lot of people don't want to do, or you're gonna have to switch it up. And I'm not saying you gotta cut them out, but you gotta make an effort to keep your distance so that you can surround yourself with the people or the things that you actually want to do. I think he's like one of the smartest boys I know. Like, he's so smart, but he's just not right now focused on the right things. He's gonna be a great dad. I can already see that. He's gonna be a great dad. But he has to also remember that you can't live two lives. You have to switch it up 100% for the kids, or they're gonna follow in your footsteps, and you are a product of that. And that's why I want him to see before it's too late. And I think he will, because he is, like, I'm telling you, I think he's the smartest kid in our family. Like, I really do. And that's why I hate to see him do dumb stuff. But yeah, that's the story of my brother with the same birthday as me, dog. I'm gonna just start doing these vlogs instead of, I'll be thinking about it. I'll be going into meditation. I still gotta meditate, but I'll either do this before or after my meditations and just kind of like clear my head. Cause I'll be waking up every morning tense, just thinking, what the hell they doing? They don't never listen to me. And then I'll be like, nah, chill, bro. You just worried because you ain't there. So relax, dog. You know, they good. They gonna be all right. But you gotta get to the place where you really want to get to, so you can really start helping them. Like, hey, take off work this month. If they fire you, I got you. We need to do this. That's the fucking goal. Let's go. Oh shit! I thought I turned the bitch over.